Mayor, what separates you from the 5 other candidates?
You know, as mayor, I am focused on recovery, reopening, and renewal. I am focused on making sure that we can go better than before, that we come out of this pandemic stronger than before, and I will leave the political commentary to the pundits. Thank you.
You've been acting mayor for a couple of weeks now. I'm wondering if you got in that position at all and noticed any issue that you hadn't realized was there. Did it change your perspective on it?
You know, I am informed by my lived experience as someone who grew up in this city and faced a lot of challenges in this city. I have a deep love for my city, which is why I started in child advocacy and community organizing, and why I ran for public office, to ensure now more than ever that we are coming out of this pandemic, and not just COVID-19, but the structural racism that has been with us long before COVID, that we are coming out of this a stronger city, bringing people together to tackle these challenges that we face collectively as a city. All of these challenges we inherited from centuries before, and it's time that we get to work. Thank you.
Mayor, on the city council,
well, I am very focused on delivering for the residents of Boston, and I will leave any speculation around advantage or leg up to the political pundits.
Mayor, on the city council, you were one of the councilors who voted for deeper cuts to police budgets, especially to overtime budgets. As mayor, would that be part of your agenda?
We have to look at policing overall. It is not just about overtime. It is about how we reimagine our response to crisis in this city, and working very closely with the police department to lead change and reform that looks at a broad range of issues.
You've also supported the city's pilot program as well, I believe, for colleges and universities. These pilot programs, do you think that they should be paying more?
We have great higher ed institutions in our city, you know, some of the best in the country, I would argue the world. And I am looking forward to partnering with our higher ed institutions to make sure that we have good, strong partnerships, and that we are all doing our part to support the city of Boston moving forward.
When you say all doing our part, do you think they should be paying the city?
I think we all need to do our part, and I have been on record saying that there is more that our higher ed institutions can do, and I look forward to working with them to make sure that we come out of this pandemic stronger than before.
Yeah, when you were sworn in, you had a meeting decision again if you were going to run. When did you decide you were going to run?
You know, this decision does not come easy. I have, you know, spoken with a number of family members and close friends, and sought counsel from faith leaders. I prayed a lot. I talked to God a lot about this. There are huge challenges facing our city. I think I have unique experiences as someone who grew up here and faced many of those challenges firsthand. And you know, given my advocacy and love for the city and what is before us, and our need to come out of this a more equitable city, racial equity, economic equity have always been central to all of my work long before I ran for public office, and that will continue as mayor.
Mayor Will considers himself a mayor that put a very significant emphasis on equity. You obviously talked about this a lot, but if you were to take over in this regard and you go ahead and talk on it, what would you do very quickly to show that you're in a different ballgame as far as equity?
Well, I am grateful for the work that the Walsh administration has done. Former Mayor Walsh was a good partner during the transition, and I know that he focused on equity. There is certainly some good work to build upon there, but I think coming into this work as the first woman mayor and the first black mayor for our city, I have a unique lens that I bring to this work, and I will continue to advance racial equity moving forward as mayor. You know, there's a lot of work that we need to do on so many fronts. Certainly, the pandemic is central, making sure that we're dealing with the public health crisis. You I look at this as a health issue, as a wealth issue. We have to create more opportunity for our residents to stay. So looking at housing, looking at our education system. I've already mentioned police. There's so much more work that needs to be done, and I look forward to working with my amazing team at City Hall, as well as the great civic leaders here in our city to get this work done.
How would you make exam schools more equitable?
I think there is a lot of work that needs to be done on education overall, and I'm grateful for the leadership of our superintendent and the work that she is leading. I have been a big believer of working with parents, with our young people, with our school leaders, with our educators. I think it is important that we bring folks together to have conversation and to take bold action on a whole range of issues regarding education, not just our exam schools.
When you were speaking a moment ago in terms of housing, you mentioned not just luxury housing. I'm wondering what you thought of the development in the city over the past several years, and if you have plans to change the course.
Well, I think it is important that development happen without displacement, and that we create opportunities, more opportunities for home ownership, which will help stabilize our communities and certainly give families who have for far too long have been left out the opportunity to build generational wealth, have that opportunity. And so I'm looking forward to doing just that.